boys and girls, it's Mrs. Janosel here. Today we're going to read a story and we're going to talk about feeling grumpy and what we should do if we ever feel grumpy. So before we start reading, let's talk about what it means to feel grumpy. So think about that. Do you know what being grumpy means? If you said it means when you're in a bad mood, give yourself a pat on the back because you're right. I also want you to think about what it looks like when you're grumpy. So think about that. When you're grumpy, your eyebrows, they may be down like this. Your mouth is frowning like this. Sometimes your shoulders are hunched over and you even like cross your arms like this when you're grumpy. So show me what it looks like when you're grumpy, boys and girls from home. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to read this story. It's one of my favorites. It's called Grumpy Monkey by Suzanne Lang. And I want you to take a look at the front cover. And what do you think this book's going to be about? And what makes you think that way? Okay, do you have an idea about the story? Because I'm going to start reading. Grumpy Monkey by Suzanne Lang. One wonderful day, Chimpanzee woke to discover that nothing was right. The sun was too bright, the sky was too blue, and the bananas were too sweet. So it kind of sounds like he just got grumpy out of nowhere. Jim was confused. What's going on? Maybe you're grumpy, suggested Norman from next door. I'm not grumpy, Jim insisted. He sure does look grumpy. On his walk, he met Marabou. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Marabou. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Marabou. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. But look at how you're standing, Marabou said. It's true, said Norman. You're all hunched. So Jim loosened up. Then he ran into Lemur. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Lemur. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Lemur. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Your eyebrows look grumpy, said Lemur. It's true, said Norman. They're all bunched up. So Jim raised his brows. Then he tripped over Snake. Oh no, said Norman, that's the last thing you need when you're feeling so grumpy. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Then why that frown, said Snake. I think it's because he tripped over you, Norman whispered to Snake. So Jim put on a smile. Finally, Jim looked happy, but he didn't feel so happy inside. So it kind of sounds like all of his animal friends are trying to tell Jim the things that make them happy when they feel grumpy, but it doesn't seem to be working for Jim. Let's see what happens next. Everyone wanted Jim to enjoy this wonderful day. You should sing with us, said the birds, but Jim didn't feel like singing. You should swing with us, said the monkeys, but Jim didn't feel like swinging. You should roll with us, said the zebras. Jim didn't feel like rolling. You should stroll with us, said the peacocks. Jim didn't feel like strolling. You should lie in the grass. You should stomp your feet. You should take a bath and make a splash. You should hug someone. You should laugh. You should take a nap. You should eat old meat or some honey. You should jump up and down. You should sit in the sun. You should dance. But Jim didn't feel like doing any of that. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked the others. It's such a wonderful day. They just don't seem to understand, I guess. I'm not grumpy, shouted Jim as he beat his chest. So it's kind of making Jim feel even grumpier, I think. and he stormed off. Jim felt sorry, a little sorry for shouting at everyone, but mostly sorry for himself. I guess I am grumpy, Jim sighed, and just as he was starting to feel really sad, he came upon Norman. Norman was slumped. His eyebrows were bunched up and he was frowning. "What's the matter? Are you grumpy?" asked Jim. "No, I danced with Porcupine," said Norman. Uh-oh, boys and girls, look what happened to Norman. "Are you okay?" asked Jim. "It hurts, but I'll probably feel better soon enough," said Norman. "Are you still grumpy?" "Yes," said Jim, "but I'll probably feel better soon enough too. For now, I need to be grumpy." "It's a wonderful day to be grumpy," said Norman, and Jim agreed. And he already felt a little bit better. The end. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we learned from the story. Is it okay to feel grumpy? What do you think? I think so. I think it's okay to feel grumpy sometimes. Is it okay to make others around you feel grumpy when you're feeling grumpy? What do you think, boys and girls? Should you make others feel grumpy if you're feeling grumpy? Probably not. I want you guys to think of what you can do when you're feeling grumpy. Okay, so think about that. And then you can draw a picture to tell what you can do when you feel grumpy. Okay? I hope you enjoyed the story today. See you soon. Bye.